Ladies and gentlemen, will you please put your hands together for Northern California's finest, the KS Rappers?
Yeah, my name is Frank Tebow. Professionally, I just go by Tebow. And Quasar is my son, my oldest child. And I guess it was around 1989, him and his buddy, Sugar Ray spent the night at my mom's house, and they woke up one morning. I guess they were about 8 and 9, or 9 and 10, so maybe 9 and 10, somewhere around there. And Quasar was 9 and Sugar Ray was 10. And they woke up one morning with a rap. I was recently back from Los Angeles. I was at my mom's house, and they wanted me to hear their rap, and I got a kick out of it. And, so that's how the KS Rappers started. KS, I spelled Quasar with a K, Kwazar. And then Sugar Ray, who went by the name Spunker back then. So we, KT, Quasar Tebow, and SP, Sugar Ray Porter. And so yeah, that's how they started. And I knew it was talent. I mean, they wanted to take it further, and I saw that they were pretty serious about it. So I went to Grover Wilson's house, my buddy Grover, who was also interested in music a lot. He wasn't a musician or anything, but he was someone I used to write songs with. And his daughter, Sharice, which professionally she went by the name Reese. When we went to Grover with the rap, the song was the KS Rappers Are in the House. So we went to a spot in East Palo Alto called the G, where Grover and Spunker lived, and Quasar's in Menlo Park. So we went over there and we let Grover hear the song, and you know, we were starting a group, and Sharice was like, I want to be a part of it too. And ironically, she didn't rap back then. She was only 7 years old, and she started dancing. And we were like, okay, this is a group right here. And we started working them out from there. Quasar, Spunker, and Sharice, the KS Rappers. That's when it was built, when it was started.
Possibly the youngest rap performers that I've seen, and possibly the youngest in California. I'd like to allow them to introduce themselves for you here at C3 Video. Let's go to it.
My name is Sugar Ray Porter, known as SP.
All right, Sugar Ray. That name carries a lot of weight around here. You know that. That's why I'm going to have to keep distance away from the stage when you're up there. And who are you?
Quasar Tebow, known as KT.
And now we get way over to the other side here to someone I think is just absolutely cute.
My name is Reese, and my rap name is...
That's okay. That's okay. We'll come back to it. Can you say it now?
My name is Sharice. My rap name is Reese.
That's it. Sharice, and your rap name is Reese. You know, we were talking a bit earlier, and you were telling me how you came together with this idea, and perhaps you can share that with our audience.
Well, I spent the night over at Quasar's house, and we were fiddling with this little piano, Yamaha, and we made up a little beat, and his dad heard it, and he made we made some lyrics to it, and we were just studying all day on it, and we finally made it. We were just showing this little tape around, going house to house, showing everybody, and then his dad just finally went over Grover Wilson's house, and he made it. They made it bigger, and we became the KS Rappers.
Well, it sounds like they added some big sounds to it, and brought it out for you to really show you what you sound like. That's good. What is your message, if you guys have ever thought about that? What are you purveying, or what do you want to show to your audience? What is this all about?
We want to show them like a nonviolence, anti-drug performance. Like we want all the kids on the street to know there's some they can be other things than drug dealers or drug users. They can be things like doctors or lawyers and stuff like that. Yes.
Well, it sounds like the KS Rappers certainly have an idea and a concept of what they're looking for in the future. You out there in C3 Video Land, pay close attention. Watch these kids. We'll have them up on the show. They'll be performing a bit later here at the UN Club. I want to give them a round of applause. We've got an audience back there behind the camera of sisters and friends and mothers. And what were you guys saying before we came on? Go line up, go line up, go line up. Let's do this with KC Rappers, right?
KS.
KS? You guys got to let me have one of these hats for sure, okay?
You better lay down because KS is in effect. Your tape selling ain't heard ours yet.
We gonna turn it out. Peace.
Yeah, KS Rappers from Palo Alto.
They don't know what it is to be black and a rap. And I'm about to attack you with a fresh rhyme. I'm straight from the mind. I don't write, I can write, see? But I don't write like Eazy-E or Ice-T. But I write like Casey. I'm like Batman. I want you to understand the words that I'm saying. They don't know. Like I know. They don't know. Like I know. They don't know. Like I know. They don't know. I'm number one, but let me tell you, the fun has just begun. It's not the time to assume. It is a time to blow your balloon and think about the future. This is a rhyme that'll suit your soul and put you in control. Even your granny will want to rock and roll. Just like I know. They don't know. And that's the day. I'm the rapper that you like. I'm lighter. The empty light. I grab the mic and spin around. And this, I'll get down. They don't know. Like I know. They don't know. Like I know. They don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please put your hands together for Northern California's
So
finest?
everyone was excited to birth the KS Rappers, and we began rehearsing at Grover's house in Wisteria in East Palo Alto. And let's see what had happened. There was an audition for a talent show that was going to be held at the Dumpy Hotel in San Mateo, which became the Marriott. I don't know what it is now, but the audition was at the East Palo Alto Library. And we took the kids up there to audition, and they made the audition. There were a bunch of kids there auditioning. They made the audition, and at that same time, Grover reconnected with his oldest daughter, which is named Denisha. And she was approximately 15, maybe. She was 15. So he connected with his oldest daughter, Denisha, and they also made the talent show. So when it came down to, well, actually, let me back up. So both groups started rehearsing at Grover's house, KS Rappers, and then we just, and Reese's big sister, which was Grover's oldest daughter, Denisha, their group was called Size.
Okay, second place. I can never figure out why on television they always fumble through these envelopes. All you do is open it up, stick your hand in it, pull out the money, and keep on walking.
And the second place winner is Sizes.
Ladies, congratulations. Thank you.
So we rehearsed both groups. we were doing the music for both groups, I was writing all the KS Rapper raps. At that time, I wrote everybody's rap, and I was producing all the music, and Grover was pretty much producing Size's music. And they were doing their own raps. They were older. Eventually, the kids started writing their own.
Misha, we gotta get a little bit more hyped up than this. Yeah, bro, I know, but first let me tell you about my ex-man. Have you seen him? He is all to the curb. He passed the curb to the corner, baby. As a matter of fact, he's living on the corner. Stop who you are. Take a moment to think about what's happening out on the street. Every single day, drugs and souls out on the corners of inside homes. Youngsters selling to put on a show. Try to drive a mustache, a coupe, and have dough. They don't go to school. They stand on the streets with their pieces that possibly wait for a people society.
So they won first place at the Dumpy Hotel. Sizes came in second place. So we were all on this cloud, and we knew we had something going. And we named the production company the Diaper Posse, probably because Reese's little sister Brittany Wilson was in diapers at the time. So we named the whole thing the Diaper Posse. And so yeah, when they won first place, and that really put them on a high, and they were just on a mindset of let's get better, let's take over the world, let's be, superstars. They really was inspired by winning, So we went to work. Grover's Garage became a place for kids to rehearse.
Ready, ma'am, for your limo? No. Oh, your breast.
Special treat for you tonight. The newest sensation from East Palo Alto, California. The KS Rappers!
Yo, SP, man, we looking for something funky in the room, man.
Yo, KT, man, I know what you mean. Won't you bust a funky rhyme for me, man?
Yeah, me and you, right about now. Hit it! The KS Rappers are in the house. The KS Rappers are in the house. You know the KS Rappers are in the house. Me and SP gonna get in the spark. I knocked out 10 cause a superstar. We're going real far cause we're getting the girls. So we don't like the one with the play up Creole. Cause the KS Rappers are in the house. The KS Rappers are in the house. You know the KS Rappers are in the house. My homeboy KT is really big. That's me. Driving down the street cause we got the beat. The beat is moving. The treble is high. We are the KS Rappers. Some people ask why. Cause the
First, we had Dr. Feelgood and the Smooth Operators. That was Rashawn Harding and his 3 sisters. I think it was 2 sisters and a cousin. I don't quite remember, but the name was Dr. Feelgood and the Smooth Operators. We had Sizes, we had the KS Rappers, and Ebony Stewart. We were the first rap group to perform at the Alameda County Fair.
How y'all doing up now? We gonna party. What's up, people? What's up, birthday? Yeah. SP. You see the kids rappers don't have a beat. I don't think they know. Wait, you think they know? I don't think they know. Let's show. They don't know.
Okay, I'm Quasar Tebow, aka KT of the KS Rappers. I can remember starting in my grandmother's house growing up at age, I'd say 10, 11-ish, right around there, being Sugar Ray Porter, aka SP. I got a keyboard, I believe, for Christmas or birthday. I can't remember, and I was starting to play with it and got the interest in music because my father was interested in music. He was a musician as I was growing up, so definitely got the influence from him. Sugar Ray started to come over my house. We started creating some things, and one thing led to another. My dad anointed himself our manager and took off things from there. I remember recording songs in the Oakland Hills, studio sessions being really long, really boring.
My name is Sugar Ray Porter, aka MCSP, aka Duke Sinatra, aka Sugar Ray Jose. We started, what was it, 89, I think? 88, 89, me and Quasar. He had got this Casio keyboard for Christmas, I think it was. Me and him in his room. I used to come around like every weekend, best friends, like brothers. So when we messing around with the keyboard, we made a song called KS Rappers in the house. And we brought it to Tebow, to his dad. And he was like, yeah, you gotta keep going. He pushed us toward it, so, you know. And then he made some magic with the music.
I am Sharice Yvonne Wilson, aka Reese Cut, born to the parents of Grover Wilson Jr. and Angela White. I just remember growing up and my mom being a lead singer and my father on the keys, my Uncle Frankie on the bass, and my Auntie Angie on the drums, and just watching them in amazement and just loving music. My dad would say, Sharice, bust the move. And it didn't matter where we were. As a child, before my younger siblings were born, we went to Disneyland every year. And that was back when they had the stage over by the Michael Jackson ride. I don't remember the name of it, but there was a stage that would lift up out the ground and a band would be playing. And my dad would put me up on that stage and I would dance in front of all those strangers and people, and they would throw money at me when I was done. And I just remember that feeling of that joy, that excitement, that adrenaline rush of being on stage and getting that roar at the end of people, you know, cheering for you. So I would say that was the beginning of me wanting to be on stage.
Hi, I'm Angela White. I'm Reese Cup's mother, Sharice Wilson's mother. Diaper Posse started at my home. I guess it was in the early, 90s, huh?
80s.
89. I was 89. Oh yeah, because Sharice was only 7 years old. And yeah, so there was a time in East Palo Alto where there were the war on drugs and just a really hard time for the community, and there weren't really very many activities for kids, especially girls. And so Sharice was 7, and I got had a little talk with my husband at the time, and he would say, well, we want to start a group. And so Sharice was always a dancer, and she started getting into the rap thing. So yeah, I started having all these kids show up at my house.
Frankie Tebow and Robert Wilson taught us keeping our eye contact. Don't get ready, be ready. We practiced all night, sweating, doing jumping jacks, push-ups, running around the garage in a circle. And yeah, that was like a couple, like almost every day. You know, it seemed like, you know, at least 4 times a week. The music slowed down. You know, I went my way as far as the streets, and Quay went his way. I was forced to be in the street, kind of. I mean, it was my decision to choose that path for sure. I was started prison. I mean, I've been in 8 different prisons.
I'm a winner. The country's for me. I make a Christian, a sinner. In fact, I get a hate. I get you got a hate. I get a hoe. I get you got a hoe. I get a mom. I get you got the right. What didn't bust me flow?
All right, y'all do y'all new move, the one with the camera.
Come on.
Just count 4, man.
Back up, son.
In the middle, Reese.
Back up.
4 times, then drop, then spin,
Back
then
up.
go.
Back up.
Spin like this.
Back up.
Ready?
Wait a minute.
You got everybody?
Turn this way, quick.
Turn this way.
Okay. Go.
1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right.
Yeah, y'all bad. Y'all not gonna get ready? What you gonna do?
Pretty darn hard. It's sounding good and they're jamming pretty hard.
all of a sudden my floor starts shaking, my house starts shaking. I'm like, I ran into the living room to see, oh my God, you guys are getting down. Come to find out, it was a, what do you call it, Preloma earthquake? It was the earthquake, and I thought, but yeah. So it was pretty cool. I love the way they, Frankie Tebow and Grover took care of them for their clothes, their hygiene, their shoes, their practice, the food, everything.
Things that we do. I never thought I'd feel this way about you in the morning. You're all I'm thinking of, and at night, you're my baby love. Is it him or me? Remember what you said, girl, I can't forget the note I read. It said forever and ever, like a hand in a glove. You'll always be my
It was like a Marcus Garvey showcase, I think, or a talent show or something like that. And it was like the 7 principals, the KS rappers. I had heard about them through Grover. He had brought a vinyl down because I was DJing at Stanford, same place where we interviewed y'all, at the radio station. And I liked it. It had like some sampled funk, doo-wah-dee-dee type sound in the background. It was jumping at the time. And then they were in the contest. And I think they placed second. They feel that they got the most crowd, you know, stuff, but who knows? I think we had Marcus Gutierrez from KMEL, or yeah, the radio station was like hosting it. And I was DJing on stage, and we had, I want to say Paris, Kevy Kev, and those were the judges. I definitely remember Paris as one of the judges. We wanted somebody with a little bit of notoriety. Yeah, so that was big. Everybody from EPA was in there, Menlo, everybody at town, all the Stanford students, just people from the community. It was jumping. It was definitely off the chain.
It was just a beautiful thing, and it brought me closer to my son, because I had been on a journey of trying to make it myself. You know, my band was in Los Angeles. We were working with the World Class Wrecking Crew with Dr. Dre, and so when that folded is when I came home to visit, and that's when Quasar and Spunker let me know what was going on. You know, and so I had a whole life in Los Angeles, and I called the girl that I was with. I was like, hey, you know, my son is rapping, and I'm gonna move back here and start producing their group. And she wasn't happy about it, and you know, I made a lot of people upset with that because I just moved from Los Angeles back to Menlo Park to not only to supervise the rap group, but to spend more time with my son, who was only 9 at the time, and it just worked out, and our relationship became a lot stronger. And you know, at that time in East Palo Alto, it was a lot of gang violence, a lot of turf wars. I'm not gonna say gang violence, it was turf wars, cocaine wars, a lot of people getting killed over drugs and turf, territory. So those kids could have went any route they wanted. But we had them interested in music, rapping, producing, choreography, making beats. We had them interested, and that's what it took. And the KS Rappers went on to win every talent show that they were in, except the Menlo Park Police Department talent show. Ebony won first place.
I want to give flowers to the other female rapper, Ebony. Ebony was part of the Diaper Posse when we would do the tours, and Ebony was dope. When we would perform at the Juneteenth, Ebony was dope. I just remember always just watching her in awe, and she was just smooth with it, hella classy, bossy, and I took a lot of notes from Ebony. So shout out to Ebony. Boom, Queen Guest. I look up to you. Thank you for paving the way for Lil Reese Cup, because I was younger than you, and I felt like I represented the East Palo Alto just as good, and I think we did the damn thing as probably two of the best to this day, right now, 2021, to female artists out of East Palo Alto, period. And if anybody wants to present someone that they think was messing with me or Ed, I would love to hear it.
First of all, I want to say rest in peace, Grover Wilson, a.k.a. Super Grove. He meant a lot to me. He was like an uncle to me. He's the father of Reese Cup, one of the rappers in the KS Rappers. And they all started the Diaper Posse, him and Frank Tebow, Uncle Frank, you know, one of the funkiest bass players alive. And, you know, it was a pleasure working out of, you know, Grove's garage and watching the kids practice. Sharice, Spunker, and Quasar, they were like some mega talented little kids, man, that I felt that really didn't get their look. You know, a lot of opportunities came their way. You know, I don't know how or what happened for the hits and misses, but they were a pretty tough group. You know, I would see them in talent shows, and before I met them, I saw them in a couple of talent shows, and I was like, wow. Because I was just starting myself. You know, I got my first record deal when I was 18 years old. So, and then when I got around 19, 20, then I seen these little munchkins running around, tearing up some shows, doing the same shows that I'm doing. And I'm known for tearing up some stuff. But you got these little kids, the KS Rappers, man, they out on stage and people yelling and screaming, and them kids ain't even made a move yet. So they was already ready. They already knew what the KS Rappers was gonna do, man. But you know, they had skills. They had, you know, a lot of choreography, dances. They, you know, Uncle Grove stayed on them. Frank stayed on them. Made sure their routines were tight. You know, I featured on their first album, first tape. You know, did some scratches on there. I did some little ad-libs with them, and it was a pretty nice experience.
I can remember when our album dropped, our tape, holding it in my hands and remembering that, wow, we really made it, thinking that we were about to be millionaires, definitely, because we had a tape out, and not too many people in the neighborhood ever had albums out. So it was cool to have one out at such a young age, thinking that we were going to be superstars like the Boys and other kid groups growing up. That was kind of the dream. So it was real cool to have that happen and to be kind of like local heroes, local stars, going places people recognize us from doing shows and things like that. So it was definitely a school situation, growing up having to tape out at a very young age.
Some people say we're fly, some people say we're fresh, but they know those KS rappers are just legal best. We got the astronaut in the house. The astronaut in the house. You know the astronaut in the house. Some people got to be I'll never use drugs, don't like drug dealers, but I'm over my day, say I am the best. Those KS rappers you'll never forget. Hi, Thunder, and I'm always out there, I wonder why. I'm so tough, you can't get enough cut stuff, I get real. I am the future, bring you rhymes that'll suit your mind. Song your body, the beat makes you say like you daddy, come on. Ain't trying to get with this, education is the key, so don't miss out. On what is theory, finish school at large, we living, we are the future. We are the future. I'm like fire, you know I'm a lady, not got it, I'm on the oh yeah, we're gonna go to college, the world, the KS way, and you know, the kids don't play, so stop fight, you get with this, you scrap, you gonna get this, we are the future. We are the future. Go Reese, go Reese. I want everybody here to stop the violence. Ready? School, stop the violence. School, stop the violence. School, stop the violence. School, stop the violence.
First place winner is.
And the first place winner is the KS.
Okay, can we have a hand for everybody up here tonight? And everybody that performed. Everybody gave their all in all. They all did. It's well deserved. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
And I was so proud of my son. He was so excited. They won almost every contest that they were ever in. They won first place. Especially PG&E rap, power rap contest.
Hello. It's supposed to be cup on the outside. I know. I took off the
Still ain't started yet. 10:52. I done on my part. Back to the money.
Kenny! Back over here. I'll go get him.
I know what it was. It's KS Rappers.
I came in and turned on the light so I could get up on the mic. Just when I start to break, the house shook, it was an earthquake. The power went off and upset me. I had to call PG&E. It took a while and then they came. So I got on the mic again and now I understand the funny blue truck with the night plan. He helped us in every way. He could even turn night into day. I shot him, tap tap. This come on when I get down, I shot him, tap tap. This come on when I get down, I shot him, tap tap. This come on when I get down, I shot him, shot him, shot him, shot him. PG&E roll in our hood, uniform down, looking good. They call them cops and even snitches, but all they do is dig ditches. No, stop, they want that. They really keep our hood intact. Remember old Lady Rose? He done went off and she almost froze. PG&E was there in a minute. Before you know they were up in it. Fix the pot, fix the leak, and now all Lady Rose has is all I am. Roll it, roll it, roll it. PG&E, all I am. PG&E,
All right, how about that? Let's hear KS Rappers. Fantastic job.
So me and Grover Wilson was constantly hustling, and we got Mr. Bill Wiley to donate money to the KS Rappers, and we had befriended Joe. They called him Blind Joe in Oakland. He had a studio called JJM Studios. So we went and we recorded their cassette tape, We Ain't Nothing Soft. And at this time, gangster rap was really starting to take off, and Criss Cross had came out with that big So-So Def budget, and we had went to City Hall Distributors, and they were about to distribute the KS Rappers all over the West Coast, and the cat came back and said, gangster rap is hitting real tough, and these cats are, they can't be considered gangster. So that kind of became a problem, especially when Reese, by the time she turned 13, the group had pretty much fizzled out, and she had came to me with a song called 13, and the song was I Know I Don't Look 13, whatever, but it was just a great song talking about young women not being taken advantage of by these older men. That she didn't look 13, but still, she was 13 and back off me. And that was pretty much her mindset of rapping, but then she also started to curse in her raps. She went to Death Row Records, and she did a rap with my friend Bloody Mary, who was part of the Bloods and Crips. So she invited Reese to Death Row to spit a verse with her, and Reese went in there and nailed it. And the thing about what we saw is on the calendar, Tupac and Snoop was up after us on the calendar. They were coming in the studio later on that day.
I went to go record at Death Row Studios. That was cool with Bloody Mary. Rest in peace, Bloody Mary.
And so that was a really milestone for us, for Reese to be at Death Row Records. Also, at that time, you know, my son Quasar had decided he was really interested in basketball, and Sugar Ray had really got interested in the streets. And so I saw the group kind of dismantling, you know, but Reese Cup wanted to continue, and I was like, hey, let's continue this. And she had this one song called Spark in Your Eyes, and I had Oakland's famed Brenda Vaughn on the vocals of that song, and I had Hammer's production team, the whole nine, on keyboards, and they did some of the programming on that song, I think. And we were really working with some heavy people by the time Reese went solo.
Got Reese in as a dancer, and then she started spitting lyrics like you're like, okay, well.
You be feeling for the chocolate covered peanut butter. It's only one way to have the reason take your own bossy. I mean, have you been wondering how you can get happy? Just 1 minute, I'm happy. With the next minute, you happy. I'm a shot, 1 minute, turn my gas and I'll be working. I got your hands jerky, got you know how to slurky. This ain't no half, cause all I do is clean up half of most of us. Think I'm out, cause I got it going, how they going crazy. I got you going crazy. I got you going crazy. I got you going crazy. Why? Cause I ain't your lady, and you can't save me. I got you going crazy. I got you going crazy. What's up, all in the party, all eyes on me. Caramel chocolate, top notch coffee. Young Buckaroo, happy bossy, won't you know? I be shining like Tony. I'm too soft to get in my groove on the crowd. Cigarette, watching he was hanging over little till I started dropping. You know I'm popping, brother stuttering, got me wondering what I do to make a brother want to go through. Going crazy. I got you going crazy. I got you going crazy. Come on, y'all. What's up, all in the party, all fly on me. Caramel chocolate, top notch coffee. Young Buckaroo, happy bossy, won't you know me? I be shining light on me. I'm too scared to get my groove on the ground. Watching he was hanging over little till I started dropping. You know I'm talking, brother stuttering, they got me wondering what I do to make a brother worth it. Don't do that, they going crazy. I got you going crazy. I got you going crazy. I got you going crazy, boy. Cause I ain't your lady.
When we practice from what we were going to say to the crowd, where we were going to stand. Everything was practice, because practice makes perfect. So everybody kind of started doing their own thing, but me, I still kept going with music. You know, I started working with C-Funk, aka Prozac.
Yo, yo.
What?
What's up?
Who you go to the Juneteenth with today?
I didn't go to the Juneteenth today.
Yes, you did, because I see right there in the crowd with some Tarrant. Now tell me who she is.
What's up, y'all?
Yo!
Y'all give it up.
Give it up for Reese Cup. Put your hands up, yo.
Y'all give it up for. What's up, y'all? This first song I'm finna do for y'all is for all my road. Hey, yo, I'm about to put it down, bro. For the town road, flipping for the 2 road.
What?
Triple O, bro. You like the way it sound, bro? We'll let it pound roll, like it's so it's bump roll. Let it jump roll. I ride through the spot road. As we pull up road, my homies on the block road. Hollywood up road, cop a trunk sack road. Fed on a pack road. I'm never pumping blacks road, just the green road. Shoot me to the slow road. Before we blow road, I'm blasted off the paw road. And let me squeeze
piece, bro.
Hey, baby, looking right, bro. A cool piece, bro. I put him on my seat, bro. Infinity cleats, bro. It's baby mama, they don't know. She made bro. You see me pushing that M.O., bro.
Say what?
We're crazy, bro. Scratches, paint, busting windows, bro. And tires, bro. I'm never messing with her nuts, bro. That's for sure, bro. Where you from, bro? You from the G, bro?
Everybody roll. Come on, y'all, roll. Come on, roll. Roll. Come on, roll. Ah, they from PA.
East Palo Alto. Now this next song, I'm from the Goofy, y'all. This is for all the haters. But we gonna party with the haters, y'all. You don't wanna mess with me. I'm hella hyphy, attitude's ugly. Nobody likes me. I let a star funk a messy chick real grimy. Be a broad down and take off in her Nike. Females that talk a lot, these niggas choke a lot. Run up in my spot and watch them get dropped, y'all. Haters can't stand me. Come see me about something when it comes to a boss lady. I say it's nothing. I stay stunning on all of you turf bras. I come busting on all of you bird bras. Come to see, oh girl, you know he got hot draws. Got you itching and switching cause you's a dumb broad. I come through dumping in my two-door bucket. Bumpy keep sneak, mugging over freaks. Nah, I don't speak, so you can be like her said that she said that he said that Reese Cup. Everybody throw your hands up.
Hey!
Pour a little drink in your cup.
Okay!
You want me to put out the blunt?
No way!
Reese Cup, get the party crunk.
Olay!
Everybody throw your hands up.
Hey!
Pour a little drink in your cup.
Okay!
You want me to put out the blunt?
No way!
Reese Cup, get the party crunk.
Olay! It's the baby mama.
Catcher.
Dirty weave.
Snatcher.
Clean collar.
Papa.
Rape charge.
Dropper.
High roller.
Stepper.
PA's first
Rapper.
Get on BET and we did the damn thing. Yeah, I used to sell cream, but now I slang beats. Still be getting hated on when I walk the street. Maybe cause your bride got my name on her neck. And I got your bride on my child support check. I used to stress a lot, but now I dress a lot. My neck gon' bling, 20 stones in my ring. I took pictures with Aaliyah and I almost hit Maya. She couldn't pet the dog cause the cat was on fire. Don't get mad at me cause you look like a germ. Your bangs all frizzy and you're foaming at the perm. You think you in crime, but you really low Megan. Booty.
Everybody throw your hands up.
Hey!
Pour a little drink in your cup.
Okay!
You want me to put out the blunt?
No way!
Prozac, get the crowd crunk.
Olay!
Everybody throw your hands up.
Hey!
Pour little drinks in your cups.
Okay!
Want me to put out the skunk?
No way!
Prozac, get the crowd crunk.
Say Reese Cup is free, yeah! Say ho! Ho! Say ho! Ho!
Make some noise for Reese Cup. Come on. East Palo Alto. Reese Cup. East Palo Alto.
Gas Rappers. It was a pretty tight group, you know. And Reese Cup and Spunker still rap. I don't know if Quasar still raps, but he still. I mean, if he wanted to, he'd still be good. I know Reese Cup is dope as shit.
If you had a green machine, then say, yeah. If you 50 what you pitching, then say, yeah. If you know somebody's pitching, then say, yeah. If you want to hit the bat, then say, yeah. Cause I'll hit it without that, and I'll say, yeah. If your kids hella bad, then say, yeah. And if they don't know they bad, then say, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
What you looking at me for since you ain't got the dough? Oh, you got the dough, materialistic. What you wanna call me a broke man is a no-no. I'm all about the cheese. Reese Cup, me. Top notch, glossy. Only roll my dog. Representing the cheese. Season is up. We about to jump, roll the windows up. This turbo goat got me lifted. She's the feeling like she's lying, circling, giggling. Now I'm realizing I'm high. So high that I can touch the sky. Even this slightly red be the color of my eyes, loving it. Keep folk massaging my feet. I hope he hungry, cause he got something to eat. Do my everyday thing. Feel like my kids get my hair nails done. By my niggas, if you get your nails done, say yeah. If your niggas on the run, say if you hit me for the scrimmage, say if you hit somebody, nigga, say if you like to smoke the green, say if you keep your booty clean, say if you look as good as me, say.
Oh, Reese. So yeah, Reese was on tear for a minute. And yeah, she was just, to me, she's the dopest rapper. You female rapper in the East Palo Alto, in the Bay Area, California, period. Hands down. And our young Kobe, ain't nobody want no smoke with Reese when it comes to these lyrics. All y'all. For real.
Is there any chance of a reunion?
I hope so. Cause that that's out to Reese and Quay. When y'all ready, let's go.
Then we would go, do my own shows. I did a couple talent shows. Marv put on a couple of talent shows that I performed in. I did this song called Benefits. If you got benefits, baby, what's up? If you got benefits, call me up. Oh man, they were so mad at me, like, oh my gosh. And then my little boyfriend at the time, all his friends was like, oh, she just with you for your money, blah, 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 blah. I was there to represent for the girls. And, it was all woman power, be a boss about it. And you can treat these dudes just as bad as they treat you. Teams and stuff, and the dudes would be all excited to see, chocolate and peanut butter. And the girls was excited to see me, to see what I was gonna say to represent for the ladies, So I recorded the whole album, got it pressed up. I sold it from, out the trunk, and that to me was the biggest accomplishment that I have ever done. I felt good about it. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Cause I did that shit myself.
I left the rap alone at that time, and I was fully done by the time I went to high school. So yeah.
Everybody pushing for a KS Rapper reunion. You know what I mean? That'll be nice. On some Prozac beats. You feel me? That's what I'm talking about. It's your boy Prozac. Two Stoves Road.
Sorry y'all. Woo. Shout out to my mom and dad. I love them.
Let the smoke clear as I step into the room. The R.E.S.C. is gonna bring it to your doom. I stay smooth, never want to be whack.
This him, T-Ball. Yeah. Mr. Al Capone up in the house.
Gotta hustle, get your hustle on. Waking up at sunrise, hypnotized by the green guys. Money mask on in the zone when you're making paper, time fly. Studio time keeps my pockets fatter than Nutty Professor. Can't cop to a lesser, being broke is a stressor. Hit the 200 block of V Street. Seen the folks on hustle mode, come hit this bomb before it explodes.